I started my fruit farm, which is Futura Farms, in 2019, and it's about 10 acres of fruit, a wide variety of wholesale fruit. And then I had some area at the back of my fruit farm which was really wet, totally unsuitable for fruit trees, so it wouldn't have made good land for planting fruit. And so that's the 5 acres we're standing on now, which has become part of the Reforestation project with the East Interlake Watershed District.
Carl applied for our programming back in 2019. He was doing this amazing reforestation project on his own, and he reached out to see if we could assist with funding this project. We did 2 years of tree planting, assisting him with the funding, and it was about an acre each year. And then the year after, he came forward with a proposal to hold water. He had some areas here where the trees weren't doing very well, and he thought that instead of trying to make the trees grow here, maybe we can work with the natural environment and hold some water.
The first benefit is obviously just instant biodiversity. The migrating birds, which we can hear around us right now. I mean, they found the forest almost instantly, as soon as they come back. So certainly I think that's a huge benefit. With the spring runoff, definitely that water has to go somewhere, so having an area that's focused away from my property, away from my trees, because trees don't like getting their feet too wet in the springtime, but also not just running directly into the ditch and straight into the Red River, which is about a mile from us here, is a great benefit as well. And I mean, for me, from a personal benefit, some days you have a stressful day and I just come back here and this is, it's peaceful. It's nice to be in nature sometimes, and it really, I think, has a lot of, dual benefits. Another benefit would be in the winter time. It's amazing, the field, which is just a regular grain rotation next to me, holds basically no snow in the wintertime at all. And then as soon as you get to the edge of this reforestation area, you'll sometimes have 2-3 feet of snow that have been held. So it helps hold a lot of moisture here as well, which benefits my tree farm behind because that holds more snow for my trees as well, which brings water in the spring.
Over time, we have lost all of the small wetlands in our agricultural fields as everything has become streamlined with ditching and roadways. All of these little pothole wetlands, a lot of them have been drained. And so by adding these back into the landscape, we're improving the watershed resiliency to floods and to droughts. In wet years, this wetland is going to hold the water on the land and not just have it rush into the ditch and into the Red River, taking topsoil and nutrients with it. And then in years of drought, it's going to create a little microclimate here, and it's going to allow the area around it to thrive and still hold that water on the landscape. When we look at how the landscape has changed over time and look at all the wetlands that have been drained, the water has begun to move quite differently. So where it used to sit on the landscape, it now rushes into the ditches. So by creating multiple natural infrastructure projects that can hold the water on the land, it makes a big impact downstream. And you can look at our watershed, and you can also look at the micro watersheds within it, and then the larger Lake Winnipeg watershed. And so if we can work together with all of the watersheds that contribute, it will have a huge impact on the downstream water quality and the lives of the people downstream as well.
My goal is for this to stay as forest, but also, we just have our climate is so much more variable now. We have our, you talk to the old timers. My neighbor's been here in this area for 80 years, and the summers are hotter and drier, and the winters are just not necessarily colder, but they're more extreme. We're getting more change, and so I think this is just part of, hopefully a strategy that we take, using natural infrastructure as part of our adaptation to climate change. Because I don't think carbon sequestration is with big giant machines is the only way to do it. I think we forget of the benefits we get from natural infrastructure. And of course, we get the added benefit is it's beautiful, you know, and nature benefits from it as well, which I think is a great kind of, you know, dual benefit.
But I think that a project like this is a really good showcase for what people can do on their land. You don't need to have a huge amount of space to make a big difference for everyone in the watershed.